Good Thursday morning. Larry Sprinkle along with Chris Mulcahy, who's back. Good to have you back on the big broadcast.
Just in time for this horrible morning.
It's not been a pretty picture this morning. It's just wet. It's cold. It's not a fun time to be outside.
Oh,
anywhere
man.
You go.
I ran so fast in my car because it's not just rain. It's a very cold, miserable rain.
Crank that heat up today. Let's take a look and show you the big picture. Here's the way it looks as far as the four views. We do have Monroe and Kannapolis, another Monroe camera. And people always ask about this. Dallas, North Carolina, first of all, it's 1,450 feet up. So it's looking down at the clouds.
Yeah, so oftentimes we'll say it's not foggy. It's just super, super cloudy. And that's also indicative of what's going on since the cloud bases are so low, down to about 1,000 feet. So no sunshine for a while.
No, and I think Cody's going to show. We're showing some temperatures here, right at the freezing mark up in the mountains. Let's take a look at that picture up there at Boone. This is on King Street. Streets are damp, and temperatures all morning up there have been right around the freezing mark, which is not good because that does mean you get a thin glaze of ice in some of those bridges and overpasses up towards the trees and power lines. We'll kind of pull the camera view back here and show you what's happening in Kings Mountain, not Kings Mountain, King Street, in the mountains at Boone, where Watauga and Ashe County were on a 2-hour delay this morning. Yeah, not a pretty picture anywhere you go.
Yeah, and the good news about for like what images that we're looking at, that's not going to be ice. And Larry said bridges and overpasses because they cool on each side. So likely road temperatures are very close to freezing there. But a majority of the areas are okay dry. But still, you're looking at wet and ponding everywhere you go.
You like when I'm zooming the camera and things like that? That camera actually is automated.
Yeah, we do not do that.
But it's nice to be able to try to, assume that we do. We don't. Let's go back to those temperatures once again. Low 30s up at Boone and Jefferson. Here's the radar picture up there. You still see the areas of pink, and that would be the western part of Watauga County up towards Ashe, Avery, and then you get into areas around Sparta. Into Virginia, yeah, it's just kind of a messy morning with freezing rain. Look at that up there. If you're heading up to Interstate 77 up towards Wytheville, eventually up towards Beckley and Bluefield, West Virginia.
And it's a little bit colder there, so they're seeing a little bit more significant freezing ice and glaze.
And, here, our part of the world, that's just a cold rain tracking across the area. Good day if you could stay at home.
Oh, for sure. And that area yellow that you're seeing is I usually like to give its general rule of thumb. That could be anywhere from a tenth to a quarter inch per hour. It's not going to stick around, I think, in one area for that long because it's really starting to cruise because, Larry, the back edge of that system will be arriving sooner than you think.
Absolutely. We can, what's wrong with me today? The afternoon should be okay.
Boom.
Look how big this storm system is, and unfortunately it spawns so many tornadoes, anywhere from about 40 to 50 tornadoes across parts of Louisiana. But it extends up towards Minnesota, Wisconsin, into Illinois. Look at that. That is all heavy, heavy snow up north, and then some icy weather in the western part of New York State and Pennsylvania. Yeah,
and a lot of New England and New York is going to see some significant snow once that changes over. So this is a big-time weather system affecting millions of people. Luckily for us, it's just kind of a cold, miserable rain, a little bit of ice in the mountains. But here's the timing.
Yeah, look at this, 8 a.m. Still got some showers. I would say between now and noon, the bulk of the rain is going to be around here. We'll take you up to about noontime. After that, it's gone, moves away, and then we do actually see some clearing later on. Futurecast rainfall. This is in addition, maybe a little bit overestimated in some spots, but still, we could get some accumulated rain.
Yeah, and I think it's really picking up on that big blob of yellow that's pushing through.
That's what. But anyway, enough to not cause any flash flood situations or anything like that. Next chance of rain next week. It's hard to believe we're talking about Christmas week next week.
Oh, my goodness. I'm only having this cadence because, Larry, you had an extended forecast that it's going to be cold.
Oh, man. It's just like, it's like you go, is that a mistake? I don't think I've ever seen a graphic that dramatic.
It looks broken.
It does. Yeah, I wish it was broken because I'm looking. The 23rd, the 24th, 31. For low temperatures, that's okay. These are high temperatures.
Yeah, so that means you might be below freezing for a couple of days. And if you get any sort of precip trying to move through there, white Christmas people are getting very excited because half the battle that we have here in the Carolinas is the temperature. So we need something to sneak in here. If it's going to be that cold, it might as well snow, right?
No.
I know everyone wants to get on that. Just a little bit of snow.
Those upper 40s and low 50s look pretty warm compared to that. But today, it's all during the morning up to about noon that we do see the rain showers. It's not much above upper 40s, near 50 today. Just kind of one of those miserable days because it's the moisture and the cooler temperatures that just makes it uncomfortable.
Absolutely. And Larry, I quickly want to transition over to the traffic.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. That's important.
Because I just want to show you because we see all the rain, but how does it affect you?
Oh, no.
That's a tremendous amount of accidents. And I don't have an updated stat to this, but as of I think it was 6:45, Medic had reported 15 transports since midnight.
That's a lot.
So that's about a 7-hour period less than 15 transports is exceptional. And the amount of accidents that I've seen, when I first put this graphic, when we started 6 minutes ago, I swear that the accident count has almost increased by about 25.
One after another.
Yeah, and and all of those, because I deleted a bunch that happened over an hour ago, all those have happened within the last hour. So it's an absolute mess. So just keep that in mind. And I always like to give you weather facts when the traffic is bad. Number one, 1.2 million crashes every year happen from wet pavement. And the bottom fact, this is exceptional because this is our case and scenario. A 12th of an inch of rain. Tires have to displace a gallon of water per second to meet the road.
Well, so, just not let that much rain.
That's not that much.
No.
So if you add any more of that, that's gallons of water that's coming back up. Think about the semis. That's never a good situation. And this usually will reduce as far as your drive times. So drive times aren't going to be accurate on a morning like this. I say drive 10 to 15 miles per hour slower if you can. Current rain rates, the highest that you're seeing is just outside of our area, but you could have them as high as a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch per hour, even if that's brief. That's very tough to see in front of you, and already some areas have seen up to an inch of rain down to the southwest. And again, that's spreading towards the northeast.
The good news is we're not seeing, there was a couple of days ago, some of the computer models indicating this big, much higher.
Much higher. This is great comparatively.
That's okay. All right, that's the way it shapes up. Just, I would say if you could stay home today, stay inside, and enjoy the warmth. If not, be careful out there. It's a messy, messy morning.
Yeah, it's a good day for soup, chili. So maybe you can just dish out those comfort foods.
Do it. Let's do it. All right. Have a great day. We'll see you right here tomorrow morning and later today and who knows when, right?
We'll be back. We'll be here.